Hello, friends, and welcome. Today we are going to talk about the future. Yes, we are going to talk about three main ways of talking about the future. The future with will, the future with going to, and also the future, the present continuous, used as future, and a few other considerations, a few other structures that we use to also talk about the future or to talk in the future. So first of all, empezando, let's get started with the future with will. So the future with will is used in two main cases. We use it when we're talking about spontaneous actions. So imagine the phone rings. Ring, ring. I'll get it. Right? We're not going to say, I'm going to answer the phone. No, we'll say, I'll get it. I'll be right there, right? Voy, enseguida voy. I'll be right there. I'll answer it. We'll see you in 5 minutes. And notice here, fíjate, estamos usando casi siempre esa contracción. Because we're speaking spontaneously, we're speaking quickly, another way to speak a little more directly and quickly is with the contraction. So we say I'll instead of I will. We say I'll be right there. I'll see you in a few minutes. I'll get it. Okay. And the second case where we use it is in the first conditional. I often call it the future conditional. The future with will. So we say, if it's hot tomorrow, I'll wear shorts, right? Si hace calor mañana, llevaré pantalón corto. If it's hot tomorrow, I'll wear shorts. I'll invite some friends if you don't mind. She'll bring her computer if it's necessary. So in a conditional, we're also using the future with will, okay? Another main way of speaking in the future is with going to. And with going to, we have a bit more certainty, okay? This is used for planned actions and stated intentions. I'm going to spend the morning answering student questions. And I do. When I get questions in the English collective, I spend time answering them. They're going to need more help. I'm going to cook steak for dinner tomorrow. So the structure here is going to plus infinitive. I'm going to go to Canada this summer. I'm going to visit my parents. I'm going to go out for dinner tomorrow. Going to plus infinitive. It's something that we are a little more confident about, a little more certain about than the future with will, okay? And when we contract this, or when we link the words, we typically say, especially in American English, gonna. I'm going to go there. I'm going to go to the concert this weekend. I'm going to go. No, we say, I'm going to go to the concert. I'm gonna, or I'm going to. I'm going to. I'm going to see him. Going to see him, or gonna. Some people going to, gonna. But gonna is a bit more American English, but we almost always look for ways to be a little bit shorter, and we say gonna or going to go, going to eat, we're going to eat in a nice restaurant. We're gonna see each other next weekend, okay? Now we have a third way of speaking in the future, which is the present continuous used as future. Now I say that this is a bit of a lazy way of speaking, but it's perfectly correct, it's perfectly accepted, but I think it comes from being a little bit lazy. Somos vagos un poco en inglés y buscamos una manera más rápido, más corto de decir las cosas, right? So a lazy but common alternative to the future with going to, and it's used in the same cases as the future with going to. So we make a statement in the present continuous and then we add a reference to the future, a time reference, right? I'm going to, or I'm seeing, instead of saying future with going to, we would say, I'm going to see him tomorrow. And the equivalent here, I'm seeing him tomorrow. We're flying to New York tomorrow. We're having chicken for dinner tonight. We're having chicken, present continuous. We're having chicken for dinner tonight. Reference to the future, okay? They're coming to visit us. Hey, look, they're coming to visit us right now. Ahora mismo, present continuous. They're coming to visit us tomorrow, okay? Reference to the future. So it's another way of speaking in the future, okay? Now, we have some other, let's call them other considerations here. Other structures that go in the future. For example, let's. Let's is used for a proposal in the affirmative. Vamos a la fiesta. Let's go to the party. Let's order a pizza. So, it's used in the first person plural. It's literally a contraction of let us, nosotros. So it is first person plural. You can't say let's you. No, it's always let's. It's referring to us, first person plural. It's used in affirmative, so it is a proposal in the affirmative. Let's go. Let's finish. Let's go there now. Let's get a beer. Do you want a beer? Come on, let's get a beer. Tomamos una cerveza. Let's get a beer. Okay? Another one we use is shall. And this is kind of similar to let's, but it's used in the interrogative. Shall we order some beers? Shall I call a taxi for you? So you're asking permission to do something. And again, it's used in first person, but it's used in first person singular or plural. So first person singular. Shall I call a taxi? Shall I order a pizza? Abro la ventana? Shall I close the window? Or first person plural. Shall we go? Shall we order some food? Shall we study some more verbs? Okay? Now, it's a little bit formal, so very often we would use an alternative to shall and say, should we, or would you like to, or do you want to, something like that. But it is a way to make a reference to a future action. So we have let's and we have shall. And those are some other considerations, let's say, for the future. Okay? So here we have a quick overview of some common structures in the future and characteristics that make them different. Got it? All right. See you soon.